come lick with your boy, come late. Come and blow some trees with your boy, let's late. We can watch a flick if you're bored, come late. We can joyride and explore late. Baby, come lick with your boy, come late. Come and blow some trees with your boy, let's late. We can watch a flick if you're bored, come late. We can joyride and explore.
You're now tuned into Linked Up with Lux.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Lux. Today's episode is called When the Candles Burn Out. Today, actually, is my birthday, June 29th. And honestly, it's just another day. I turned 33 today. 33 years old. That is pretty crazy. And the years are definitely flying by, and I can most definitely say I didn't expect to make it this far. And I'm very grateful to at least still have the majority of the people in my life that are still alive. And it is pretty wild just to reflect on the people that I lost, the people that I thought will always be around, you know, the different changes and dynamics and, you know, routine. But it's just like the sense of community, though. I feel like that changed the most, right? Because it's like when I was younger, everything was just so like calculated. Like when you're young, when you're a kid, you got your parents or whoever doing everything for you. You lack responsibilities. When your birthday comes around, you're expecting something. You're expecting a party. You're expecting that gift that you wanted, that game console, whatever it is, them shoes. You're expecting something. And depending on your parents, they probably have always tried to do their best to get you what you wanted. And when you're younger, obviously you get more gifts from other family members, and you know, you just are the center of attention. You know, when you're 1, 2, 3, you know, all the focus is on you. When you're 10, 12, 14, for the most part, depending on your family, the focus is still on you. Like, but think about it, 14 years is a long time for you to be the center of attention. 16 years, 18 years, you still might be the center of attention, right? So my main point is, it's like when you're so used to these routines, you expect them. And it's just wild to think that even though I didn't always get everything I wanted, I still came up with a good family dynamic in terms of my mom at least doing what she could. Rather it was a video game, rather it was a game system, rather it was when I was even younger, like a toy, like a race set or a piano, like a keyboard, like whatever the case may be. She always did the best that she could. If she knew I liked chocolate, she would make sure I have the chocolate. If she knew I liked Slim Jims, like whatever, like that is crazy. But it's just like now, birthdays to me, I kind of hate them. And I'm kind of really coming to that realization. It is just like, what really is the point of the day? And you know, this can just be me being in a sluggish state right now, currently at this big age, but I don't really know. It's like when everything is based on money, like if I had a bunch of money, I probably wouldn't be having this reflection. Like I would have a penthouse booked. I would be going all out, bringing in the birthday with a bang, you know, with me and my kids. Like I would be looking for things to like do around the town, but it's just like, it's so messed up when everything is literally based upon how much money you have, how many resources you can utilize, and, you know, if you really want to go all out. But for me, this reflection is just more so just thinking back to just like how things were when I was younger. And I just feel like now that I'm at this age, I'm not as prioritized as I once was. And it's like, duh, like bro, you're 33 years old. Like, what do you really expect? I'm not saying that people are supposed to just shower me with gifts or things like that, but I just hate the fake energy when it comes to celebrations like birthdays and occasions, and everybody comes out the woodworks and they're all like, oh, hey, happy birthday, I care. Like, I honestly, every single year as of recently, I deactivate my Facebook page because I don't want people writing on my page, wishing me a happy birthday. I mean, Messenger is one thing. Obviously, you get those random people that you haven't spoke to literally since your birthday last year. They come out wishing you a happy birthday, and it's just like, hey, that's cool, fine, whatever. It's appreciated. But it's just like when you were used to like a routine and a family dynamic, being around family, and then you go to not having that, it kind of just makes you reflect on the reality. And I got two kids, and I think about that. Like, I think about, like, am I going to be a failure at like giving them the life that I once had just due to my current financial situation, even though it's the life that I want to give them, right? Because when I was younger, like, I'm 33 years old and I'm still reflecting on Christmas, waking up at my grandma's house, on my birthdays, waking up at mom's house, to the new Grand Theft Auto or the new, you know, like RC car, whatever it is, like just waking up to that. You just expected it. Easter, I'm getting an Easter basket. Like, I just know it's going to be something exciting. It just meant something to me. All of these occasions, Christmas Eve, we're at grandma's house, families coming around. We're just celebrating, having a good time. And it's just like, that meant a lot to me. So I just think, like, if I got two kids, my situation is clearly, obviously different, right? Because I have two kids and I have two different child's mothers. So I can't put myself in situations where I can just force a dynamic and be like, hey, like, I want my kids to have the same type of, feeling when it comes to waking up on Christmas. Because if I'm not with the parents, it's like, what can you do? You can only do so much. I mean, sure, you can go over there, say mom moved on, got a new boyfriend, or a husband, whatever the case may be. I can still go over there like Santa with a big bag and be like, hey, this is from dad. Just thinking back to it, that's not something I ever wanted to like do. That's not what I want to do. And I know I'm overthinking now about it, but just thinking back to how I was when I was younger, I mean, I was raised by a single mom. My dad was incarcerated, all the way up until I was like 13 years old. And, he got locked up. I was like one or two. So, like, there was no male figure in my household for that whole duration that interacted with that family dynamic. But then also I had my grandma, I had my uncles, I had my cousins, I had my aunties. So it didn't really matter. But me just thinking to it, like, what can you do? I know I'm all over the place, obviously, with this episode, but it's just like, life is crazy. Life is definitely crazy. It's like you want to be the best version of yourself that you can be, but when you have everything against you, it just makes it so difficult to maintain. I'm just here. Like, I'm 33 years old. I mean, when a lot of those events that I was talking about, I mean, my mom was younger. And to be 33 and to want to be a provider in a way that I once could have been before financial situations and, dealing with the court system, and having to get lawyers, like, it really knocks you down and it really just trains you. And it's just like, I'm 33 today. Sure, I'm alive. Yeah, I want to be here. I mean, it is what it is, honestly. Take it how you want. I mean, life is great to a certain extent. But when you're dealing with financial burdens, like it really just taints the quality of life. It really just makes you kind of feel like you want to give up. And everybody from the outside would simply just say, well, you have kids. You should do it for your kids. You should do it for your kids. And, everything that I do, I always want to be able to do it for the kids. I just regret me being in this situation in terms of not having that family dynamic, multiple child to mother type of situation. And obviously, if I could have had it that way, if circumstances didn't push me away, then I mean, it obviously would have happened. I'm not saying like I was just out here reckless and I was with her and I was with her and I was with her and I was with her. It was just more so like when it came down to my first child, I just simply couldn't be with the mother due to her actions. I couldn't be with the mother due to the circumstances. I couldn't be with the mother just because it wasn't that type of situation. And then everything happened. And we're not going to get into deep details, but it's just like some people you're just not compatible with. Some people you just can't let that dynamic be what it is because you have to choose your peace. But sometimes choosing your peace obviously alters the reality. It alters the circumstance. It alters the situation. And it kind of puts you in a predicament where you have to choose. And it's not, I'm going to choose my kids or being with someone who's disrespectful, being someone who doesn't respect themselves, being with someone who clearly is just too naive and gullible and just doesn't understand the reality of what's actually happening. I still chose my kid. And that's exactly why I did everything I did with the court system. But it's just so messed up because they always try to make it seem like, oh, dads don't fight for their child. And when you do try to fight, you literally get knocked upside the head. You get the short end of the stick. And it's like, well, dang, like, if it's like this, and this is just me generally speaking, I would have been better off doing nothing. Like the court system is so against men. And it's really unfortunate how much money we have to literally spend to literally defend the facts, defend the truth, defend the reality. And that really set me back. But they say, be a father, step up, do what you got to do. But that's easy for someone to say who can literally call a hotline and take all of your paychecks by not literally spending a dollar, or depending on how the judge is feeling or the judge's personal experience, or if their sandwich was made properly, they're making a 18-year lifelong commitment of how your life is going to be because they got pickles on their sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a messed up system. But anyways, my main point by even bringing that up is just like, I wanted to be that guy who could provide. I want to be able to provide for my daughter. I want to be able to provide for my son. I want to be able to give them those experiences that I had when I was younger, waking up, to these gifts, waking up to, this routine. And it's just, it is what it is. And obviously, I'm not saying that I've been neglecting at that, but to a certain point, when things get too extreme and too, like, just out of your control financially, you can only do what you can do. I'm talking about my daughter turned 1 and I bought her a freaking Mercedes-Benz Power Wheels. The girl couldn't even drive it, but I did that because it's like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make her happy. I wanted to give her the same life that I had in terms of gifts and the excitement. And, we got some pictures with it, and it was a remote control one. So it's not like I couldn't like drive her around, and clearly she grew into it when she got older. But again, like, I want things to be normalized. I want them to experience what I experienced. And it's just a little wild. It is just a little wild. And I guess this podcast specifically is more so just about a rant. It's just me ranting. I'm 33. If anybody were to ask me like, hey, like, Do you feel like you are where you want to be in life at this age? I really don't even know what that means. I mean, you got people that chose careers, you got people that went to school, and you can ask them the same question, and some might be like, I don't know. I'm just here. I mean, I got a job. Everybody's different. I'm not going to use this to bash anyone. If you're happy and you went the avenue that you wanted to go and, you're happy, I mean, hey, it is what it is. It's just more so like when you get older, people die, dynamics change, people forget about you, and just life continues to go on and on and on. And where does that really leave you at the end of the day? Things change, and I guess that's just a part of life. So I guess if you didn't really take anything out of this podcast today, I mean, it is what it is. I guess I didn't really know what I was trying to really relay, but I'm just at a point where I'm just exhausted. And there's so many things that I want to do. There's so many things that I want to continue to pursue, but I just hate the fake vibe of celebrations. And it's like at 33 years old, now I have to be the one to provide that happiness for my children. And I was spoiled to experience what I experienced in terms of, like I said, like the gifts. I see a freaking robo dog. I tell my mom I want it. She acts like she's not gonna get it, and next thing you know, surprise, you got a robo dog, and it's just like now I have to be the one to make my children happy. I have to be the one to put in those extra hours to get these things to make them satisfied. And I guess it's simply my turn. But it's like also dynamics. What's the dynamic gonna be? I don't want to be the distant father that sends things from hours away or sends money. Like I want to be there. I want to have my kids wake up and they're like, "Oh my God, I got what I wanted. You got me the scooter, you got me the bike, you got me the video game, you got me the tablet, you got me the clothes, you got me the shoes." And I mean, I guess that's still a possibility. It's just not how I would have expected them to be. But life is all about choices. We got to keep going. We are the ones that our children look up to. We are the ones that have to make them happy. And yeah. So sorry if you didn't take anything from this. It's just another day. But take care of yourself. Take some time for yourself. Try to slow down a bit and just simply enjoy the things that bring you joy. Enjoy the people who are here who care for you. Be grateful and appreciative for those who went above and beyond when it was their turn to provide for you. Let them know that you appreciate them, because we just go on with life and we just act like we're going to be here forever. And we all know that's so far from the truth. We can dwell on our past situations. We can wish we can change this. We can wish. Today, let's stop putting things into that category where it's a wish. I wish I did this. I wish I didn't do this. I wish I appreciated this person. I wish I got them what they wanted to make them happy. I wish I put my own problems aside to make my children happy. I wish. And let's start actually making those wishes come true. Because essentially, You are in control. We can't control what we can't control, but life is what you make it. It's your boy Lux. I'm out.